Warm greetings to everyone. In this video, we will discuss types of chisels used in operative dentistry. Chisels are hand cutting instrument primarily designed for planing or cleaving away of enamel and dentin. The chisels may be grouped as straight chisel, enamel hatchet, gingival marginal trimmer. This is a straight chisel. It has three parts: handle, shank and the blade. It is a single-sided bevel instrument. Here you can see the bevel. It is single-sided. The primary cutting edge of chisel is perpendicular to the long axis of handle. There is no need for a right and left type in a straight chisel because 180-degree turn of instrument allow for its use on either side of the preparation. Hold the cutting edge of the chisel against the wall and use a pushing motion to plane the wall. Hold the cutting edge of the chisel against the wall and use a pushing motion to plane the wall. Coming to enamel hatchet. Enamel hatchet is a special type of chisel with cutting edge in a plane that is parallel with the long axis of the handle. Cutting edge is in a plane parallel to the long axis of the handle. It is a double-ended instrument with left and right side. Now, how to identify whether enamel hatchet is a right-handed or a left-handed instrument? So, hold the instrument in such a way that the blade is facing opposite to the operator and the cutting edge, the primary cutting edge is facing downwards. Now look at the bevel. If the bevel is on the right side, then it is a right-handed instrument. If the bevel is on the left side, then it is a left-handed instrument. The enamel hatchet is used to cleave undermined enamel in proximal cavities and on buccal or lingual walls, and it is also used to plane the gingival floors of proximal cavities. Hold the enamel hatchet perpendicular to the wall and use a chopping motion or a cutting motion to cleave the undermined enamel. When we use enamel hatchet to plane the gingival floor, we use a scraping motion. Coming to another special type of chisel named as gingival marginal trimmer. Gingival marginal trimmer is a modified enamel hatchet. The blade is curved and the primary cutting edge is at an angle to the axis of the blade. One more important point, the bevel for cutting edge at the end of the blade is always on the outside of the curve. The face of the instrument is on inside of curve. GMT is available in pair constituting a set of four: a mesial GMT and a distal GMT. The mesial GMT with left and right cutting end and a distal GMT with the left and right cutting end. Now, how to identify the left and right cutting end of GMT? Hold the instrument with its blade down, cutting edge pointing away from the instrument. If the curve of the blade is directing towards the left, then it is a left cutting end of GMT. If the curve of the blade is directing towards the right, then it is a right cutting end of the GMT. How to differentiate between a mesial and a distal GMT? Here you can look at the cutting edge of the blade. The one end of cutting edge is making acute angle. The other end is obtuse angle. So focus on the acute angle and you have to see the distance from acute angle to the handle. In mesial GMT, the acute angle at the end of the cutting edge is nearer to the handle. So it is a mesial GMT. The acute angle of the cutting edge is nearer to the handle. It is a mesial GMT. In distal GMT, the acute angle of the cutting edge is farther from the handle. The acute edge, the acute angle of the cutting edge is farther from the handle, so it is a distal GMT. Another way to identify whether this gingival marginal tremor is mesial or distal is to look at the instrument formula on handle. As we all know, the gingival marginal tremor have 4-unit formula. So you have to look at the second unit of the instrument formula, which denotes primary cutting edge. So if second number of unit is 90 to 100, then it means this GMT is distal GMT. If second unit formula, the second unit is 75 to 85, then it indicates it is a mesial GMT. Let me explain you what these numbers are all about. So the first unit here represents the blade width. The second unit is primary cutting edge. The third unit is blade length. And the fourth unit is blade angle. So coming to the applications of gingival marginal tremor. Gingival marginal tremor is used to bevel the gingival margin of proximo-occlusal preparation and also to bevel the axiopulpal line angle. This is a mesial cavity. We use a mesial GMT to bevel the gingival cavosurface margin. Insert the instrument into the cavity and use a lateral scraping motion to bevel the gingival cavosurface margin. To bevel it on another side, flip the instrument and use a lateral scraping motion. For distal cavity, we use a distal gingival marginal tremor. Insert it into the cavity and do a lateral scraping motion to bevel the cavosurface margin. For another side, flip the instrument and use a lateral scraping motion to bevel the margin.